What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Chris, and welcome back to the Sicat Kickboxing Club. And today, I'm going to be showing you what I like to call the reload and broken rhythm when it comes to punches. All right, guys, like always, if you're getting value out of this video, please like, and if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to this channel. I really like making these videos for you. And I also do a martial arts podcast for those of you that are interested. So I'll be clicking the links down below. And yeah, let's get right into it. So guys, with the broken rhythm and reload, usually when we're throwing punches, and this, I'm gonna make this strictly for punches just to keep it simple, but it also applies to every combination, whether it's kicks, if you add a knee to there, or if you add elbows. With punches, if you notice when you're throwing a combination, I'm going at the same beat, which means it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, right? It's going to-tung. If you have a beat in your head, it's going to-tung, 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 to-tung. I know that sounds funny, but that's how I like to kind of say it in my head. And what that does is that if you're going by the same beat, regardless if you're throwing low, high with punches, that makes you pretty predictable. Now, yeah, it's great that you can throw your punches in a rhythm. That means you have great technique, right? Like how we all start. But now it's time to confuse your opponents. And what I like to call, again, like my last video, now we're getting into the nitty-gritty of things because I have showed you like the basic tools that you need for kickboxing. Now it's really how to land those shots to your opponent. And now we're using more of like a intellect kind of, we're using more of our head to get to our opponent to opening them up, okay? So that's what I mean by throwing combinations, all right? Like as a rhythm, you're going back and forth, right? Like it's predictable. You're going from one side of another that we got taught in the beginning. But now, look, I'm gonna do a reload. That means I'm pretty much just going to pause. And there's intention in that because, again, your opponent is going to predict that you're throwing at the same rate, okay? So when I'm throwing at this bag, notice it's at the same pace. So all you're literally doing when you reload is that you're pausing and then throwing another shot, right? So what I mean is that I'll start off and I'll show you some drills on the bag that you can do to get this, to rep it out and then have it in your habits so that you can use it against your opponent, okay? I'll show you some drills that you can do on the bag. So we'll start off simple, okay? When I reload for a broken rhythm, I'm going to start off with the jab, okay? Usually, when I throw, say, a jab, it goes in the same rhythm. When your coach tells you, throw me a jab, you're boop, boop. It's the same rhythm. But now I'm going to change the course of that, okay? I'm going to pause literally probably for a half a second or 1 second, all right? Just to change it up. So with here, if I throw the jab, boom, boom. You see that? I waited literally 1 second to throw that jab, but that second, guys, fighting is a game of inches, it's a game of seconds, it's whatever you want to call it, but there's little room for error with as far as margins, okay? Because it's fighting. Your opponent is going to be reacting to your every move, all right? So when you throw a jab and you hit him with it, he's going to expect another attack. So that's where the fake comes in. All right, if I were just throwing a jab in rhythm, right, he's gonna expect the second one to come right away. Well, guess what he's gonna be doing? He's gonna be prepared for it and he's gonna be blocking, right? Or he's gonna be moving out the way or whatever he's doing. But look, if I throw the jab, boom, and then I wait, he might, maybe, put his guard down, or he might react different to it, right? So just that half a second when I wait to throw that jab, I'm going to split his defense up. So here we go, watch. Boom, he thinks that I stopped being offensive, and then I'll throw it again. You see that? Again, look, instead of rhythm, a rhythm kind of jab, I'm going to wait, and then throw it a second time just to catch him off rhythm. That is the whole point of this video, guys, okay? Catch him off rhythm to where it makes you unpredictable. Fighting isn't, actually, it's mostly not who the strongest is or who has the best combinations. It's actually more using this and tricking your opponent. It is a chess match, okay? So the jab is the most basic one, right? It's pretty simple. You wait half a second to throw your second jab. But now I'm gonna show you the reload aspect of it, okay? It's also a pause, but it's more of a power shot to really do some damage, all right? So now I'm gonna do a jab reload hook, okay? Now we're getting into the drills aspect of that, so follow along. So for here, I'm going to jab. I'm gonna wait a second. Notice, guys, I'm not doing this. This is not what I'm doing, okay? Watch. Like I'm going right away. That's not what I'm doing at all. It's a broken rhythm and it's a reload, okay? And it's a reset. So here, I'll show you. Jab, I'm gonna reset back to my stance, and then I'll throw the hook. You see that? Look. Jab, reset, boom. That's the reset reload aspect of it. It's not the, which isn't wrong depending on what you're intending to do, but this one, we're really trying to throw the opponent off from what he's normally used to seeing, which is rhythm shots, okay? So now I'll do the actual, watch. Boom, right back to my stance, look. Boom, okay? Again, boom. I'm gonna wait just a second. Boom. All right? Simple enough, right? But here's the drill. You can now add combinations to it, right? You can add, as long as you get that pause and trick your opponent, now your opponent, if you do trick them with that reload, if you jab and then wait a little bit, he's gonna be like, wait, what's going on? How come he's not attacking? Boom. That's when you get him, and then you can start throwing your flurry of combinations. That is the whole point of it, okay? He's gonna wonder like, oh my goodness, how come he's not just throwing? Well, you're throwing him off guard, that's why. So here, I'm gonna show you this drill. Now I'm gonna add a 2 to it. This is the drill. I'm gonna add a 2 to it. So jab, hook 2, okay? And then I'm gonna add a 3 to it, okay? So jab, you see that? Jab, pause, 3, 2, 3. And again, the whole point of it, guys, is that once he pauses, once he's a sitting duck and he pauses, that half a second, even that second, because that's what fighting is, it's a game of seconds, is that he's gonna be wondering like, why isn't this guy throwing more shots? But once he puts his guard down, or once he gets vulnerable after you throw that jab and you wait a little bit, right? You've opened him up, you see? Of course, depending on what he does, because fighting is very situational, but that's just one tool. Consider it as a tool, okay? It doesn't work every time, but when you mix and match it with all the tools that we've been learning in all these videos, then man, you can really trick your opponent using all those tools, okay? So again, here's the drill, okay? I'll show you. Jab, hook, okay? Reload, jab, reload, 3, 2. Jab, reload, 3, 2, 3, okay? It doesn't have to just be the jab, okay, guys? This is the beautiful part about like kickboxing. There's so much going on and it's so subtle, and it's the smaller details that make the big difference, that separate you from a beginner to intermediate to a high level. It's the small difference when you start getting up there. And again, guys, we're going to the nitty gritty. It's still the basics, which I love because basics are everything, but we're getting into the nitty gritty of things, okay? Now, I'm gonna add a 2 to that. I'm gonna show you, you can mix it up just as long as you add a pause, quote unquote, and a reset to it. So I'll do 1, 2. 1, 2, and I'll do it the other side. Look, 1, 2, pause, reset, 2, 3. You see that? I just don't have to go with the jab, go back, and then go same side. I could do it, I could mix it up with the other side. Now again, I'm just showing you it with the hands so that you understand, but you could also do it with the feet, right? We'll get into that more in other future videos. But here, look, I'll do 1, 2, and then I'll go 2, 3. I'll go same side with this, with my dominant now. As long as I pause, that means I'm reloading, okay? Ruining the rhythm to catch them off guard. Again, look, 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, okay? I could even go 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, okay? Go again, 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, okay? Again, 1, 2, 2, 3, 2. Same side as this one. So do that first so you're not overwhelmed, okay? So when I'm throwing, whatever hand I'm throwing with, the last hand that I'm throwing with, I'm gonna reset and throw back with that hand, okay? Start off with that so that you're not like confusing yourself. You could do it with whatever hand. So if I do 1, 2, and then I could do 3, 2, just as long as I pause and reset. So that's a reload within itself. But for drilling purposes, so that you get the concepts and comprehend it, throw it with the same side. Again, what I mean is if you throw the jab, pause, throw the jab on the same side. You could even throw the jab, pause, 3, 2, okay? If you're throwing the 1, 2, pause, 2, 3, 2. Same side hand that just hit, okay? Again, 1, 2, pause, same side, 2, 3, 2. You see that? Again, I'll show you one more time for the drill purposes. I'll go 1, pause, 3, 2, okay? I'll go 1, 2, same side, reset, 2, 3, 2, okay? I could even go 1, 2, 3, look, pause, same side, 3, 2, 3. See that? Same side, wherever you stopped, boom, boom, your last hit, go hit the same side. One more time, guys. Slow. 1, 2, pause, rhythm change, you're tricking them. 2, 3, 2. Jab, jab. You see, same side. Jab, pause, 3, 2, 3. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 2. The last hand, 2, 3, 2. So I'll show you guys in real time, okay, without me explaining anything. And there you have it, guys, okay? Those are the drills. Keep drilling those. Do exactly what those drills are, what I just did on the video. Don't try to experiment too much at first. You can, of course, you know, I always encourage that, but get this down first, okay? Get the same side down first so that you actually have an understanding in your brain of what's going on and your body isn't going through the motions. But once you get good at it and you get enough repetitions, play with it all you want, okay? We want to have fun here. We want to be creative, but I want you to get an understanding and the concepts of why you're doing what you're doing. And especially when you get into the advanced stages, there's always a purpose to it. Always do everything with intention and purpose. And again, guys, Please like this video, and if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to the channel, share this video with anyone that wants to learn kickboxing. You know, you could do partner drills with them, which I'll show in future videos. And also comment down below on your feedback and what you'd like to see in the future for future videos, okay? And also like the podcast. I have a podcast, martial arts podcast, and I'll link the description down below. Thank you for watching, guys. Till the next video.